Well, we're not there just yet, really.
Nah, 15 minutes. Cold open. Ultimate Warrior announces the One Warrior Nation, of course.
This is a Warrior video package showing what has been going on with the Ultimate Warrior as of late, which is unbelievable. So I guess we should preface this by saying that over DPW weekend, we've been watching a lot of Nitro from 1990.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah, we watched like January to August.
Something like that. Something real crazy. And we
because we watched all the way through. We watched all the way through the spring break. Yeah.
A lot of people we fell in love with. A lot of things that we were reminded of, which actually falls in line with this episode here. As we you probably saw on the fucking things and all, as we said at the top as well, I think this is probably the only real Bret Hart versus Hulk Hogan match.
Yeah.
And this shows the gift that kept on giving and then taking away. It starts here with this Warrior video package. Ultimate Warrior's just going fucking crazy. He says he let loose the OWN, the revolution. And Hulk Hogan, of course, is aligned with the NWO and none other than the Disciple. And James, can you explain? Brutus Beefcake.
Brutus Beefcake is now the Disciple, and the Disciple gimmick is he is the #1 dick rider. he just can't stop cock eating. Is the Disciple's gimmick?
He's the biggest dick eater alive. He is like DNA replicated of Hulk Hogan. He is Hulk Hogan.
100.
He's got the headband, the jacket. He's got the gloves. He's got it.
He's got the
Hollywood headband.
Yeah, he's got Hollywood headband. He's got the little vest gimmick with the pants and
the goatee.
Yeah. Yeah,
dude,
he is Hogan'd out of his mind.
If you put side by side Brutus Beefcake and Disciple, I would have no idea it's the same person.
Two different
it's
people.
Not even close.
Well, thankfully, Tony, they're always side by side, no matter what.
I thought for years it was a whole different. I feel like it wasn't until like 5 years ago or so that I realized it was Brutus Beefcake.
Don't you talk about Brother Brudi, dude.
Don't you say that. So
that's
Hulk
the
Hogan
Disciple,
here,
brother.
In this video package, it's like, where's the Disciple Warrior?
Holy shit! So, okay, Ultimate Warrior. We can kind of lay the table a little bit.
The Warrior Nation.
Of course. So we have the NWO. We have NWO Hollywood. We have NWO Wolfpack.
Yes.
We have the now 4 Horsemen. We have, of course, also the One Warrior Nation.
The OWN.
That's NWO backwards.
An anagram.
That's NWO backwards.
Anagram for NWO.
Yes, correct.
Which is the Ultimate Warrior in the One Warrior Nation.
Warrior Nation.
One Warrior Nation.
One
Warrior Nation, dude.
The Disciple, being the dick rider that he is.
He kidnapped him. He fucking
there's
so much to break
him with the Warrior poison.
There's so much to break down here. Warrior was only at WCW for like 8 or 9 weeks. It felt like it wasn't very long.
It is not long at all.
2 or 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah,
maybe.
No, it is not long. Yeah.
So Ultimate Warrior comes in. The very first thing. The very first thing that happens when Warrior comes in, he has a 7-minute segment with Bischoff and Hogan. He comes out and he goes 30 minutes. 30 fucking minutes on a 7-minute
speak to the Warriors.
So the One Warrior Nation days, the Ultimate Warrior is supposed to be fucking Batman or some shit at this point. Legit Batman lines.
Superhero.
He leaves by throwing down smoke and then running away.
And disappearing.
And then runs away. He kidnaps the Disciple by using a smoke bomb. And it shows Hogan, where's the Disciple, brother? Where's the Disciple?
Warrior? Where is he? Where's Warrior, dude?
This is, of course, to set up the worst match of all time. Hollywood Hogan and Ultimate Warrior for Halloween Havoc 98.
Which is just so Hogan can get his win.
Holy shit. That's the most incredible thing in history.
Yeah, brother, you should come over here to the WCW, dude. We got a good deal for you. And, well, you should probably do business as well.
You can say Trucity, dude.
I can do that. this president.
Warriors.
Warriors. Disciple.
So, okay. All right. So the disciple has been kidnapped, and immediately his cock-eating powers activate, and he becomes
Injected
the
with
warrior.
the cock.
The disciple becomes one with the One Warrior Nation, of course.
There's two people.
Which now makes two.
The One Warrior Nation with 2 people. The 4 Horsemen with 6 members.
So let me also just...
You guys in the South can't fucking count.
Let's just talk about this real quick. January 98 Nitro to like August
It's hot.
is maybe one of the best wrestling shows that's ever been produced.
Very simple stuff.
There's
but
a
it's
reason they were
awesome.
beating the fuck out of Raw. Like
Yeah.
this is a good 3 hours and like
Absolutely.
they're rocking.
Absolutely.
They made me a believer out of Rick the Model Martel.
Little Ricky Martel might have had the
was awesome.
craziest run of all time. All right, this is absurd. Every belt had a segment. There was 9 different divisions rocking. They all had time. They all had angles.
No backstage segments. There was never like
No,
you never saw
never,
the
yeah.
backstage. And then like if there was an interview, it was either someone goes to the ring, cuts a promo, doesn't get cut off. They just go out there, say their words, and leave, and it's over. The crowd doesn't like shit on them. They just they listen. And if there's a Mean Gene interview, it's on the stage and it's important. And like the JJ Dillon is delegating and making matches and shit, and everything was respected.
Yeah, like no one's like interrupting JJ Dillon. He's just he's talking and they go,
He's the boss. You can't interrupt the boss. Yeah,
glad to hear that. Booker T's fucking over as fuck.
He is so good.
Yeah, like you said, they somehow make a believer out of us on Little Ricky Martel's run.
Bro, that TV title
which
was
is
rocking,
crazy.
man. That TV title was going crazy back then.
Yeah. Oh, TV title is awesome. The Flock is intertwined in like
9
every
storyline.
mid-card feud. Yeah,
Jericho's the most entertaining thing on
awesome.
the show by far.
Jericho's awesome, but it's time to speak to me, Warriors.
No, you had it. No, turn back around.
No, I'm still talking.
So after the cold open, we get the Nitro Girls. You know, after we watched this like
set's
900 episodes,
Yeah.
I like the Nitro Girl concept. I actually
Nitro Girls
think
are
it's
sweet.
pretty cool. Like coming back from commercial and having like a dance was kind of cool. It gave time for the announcers to like cool down and tell you what's going on, and then they rock to the next segment.
When it comes to wrestling, I guess like it's easy to be like, especially that era. It's like, oh, this is a classless fucking thing. They're just trying to fucking. But it was really just like, you know, a sports team cheerleader.
Yeah,
group.
really well.
Nitro. Like
Yeah,
nothing
you
was like,
completely wrong.
which is like if you watch the fucking show, like they were.
Yeah.
This was some really creative shit from a lot of like
It's fun.
super talented people. Yeah,
Simple too.
So really cool shit there. Nitro Girls, the buckles for now, I don't know when this changed, but they were red most of 98 and then they were yellow.
They
here.
are red. Yeah.
You're-
This set
you're
is
yellow
fucking
here.
cool. Oh, are they yellow here?
Yeah, they're yellow here.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh yeah, well, that's right. I was because we watched so many. I was like fucking red. The set is so fucking cool. This house is packed. The pyro is fucking awesome. The spinny pyro is the best
Hell
pyro
yeah.
ever. I think people should bring that back. Everything looks fucking cool here. And then we got the announcers at the table. You got Tony Schiavone, Mike Tenay, and Larry Zbyszko. Larry Zbyszko. Shivani is talking directly to Larry Zbyszko here about the NWO being down a member.
Larry,
He doesn't give a fuck.
Larry completely ignores him, turns around for his pop, stands up, and to Shivani says, well, I guess I'll talk to you today.
That was every Nitro ever. Larry just said, yeah, I'm going to get my pop.
Yeah. And Shivani says, Disciple is now in the One Warrior Nation. There are 2 people in the One Warrior fucking Nation. And then the NWO's music hits, and Shivani says, fucking whatever.
Dude,
All right, I guess you guys just do whatever the fuck you
Shivani
want,
just
guys.
throws it's like he throws the paper. He doesn't actually, but like he's just like, all right, whatever, fuck it. Whatever I was saying,
Fuck
it doesn't matter. NWO's here.
Oh, yeah, I guess no one's going to fucking listen to me today. Anyway, NWO, here we go. Fuck you, man.
They did that. I loved how it was like, it felt
Always.
alive. The set
Yeah.
felt alive.
Yeah,
Very
it was
cool
cool.
vibes here. And yeah, you're right. This set is awesome. They had the fucking 4 truss set up with
Yeah,
the
it was
WCW
awesome.
huge steel
the
letters.
announcers had
That is the
trusses.
coolest commentator set of all time. Why the fuck they moved it ringside with just a table, I will never understand. That
Yeah,
even if
it
it was
is
in their
weird.
It
budget,
had to be some logistics.
you're telling me you could just keep
yeah.
that truss? Every
Wasn't he you just in WCW?
Yeah, wait, weren't you in WCW? What the fuck? They're like, oh, there's Brian Adams, and he's in the
What's he doing
NWA.
here?
What
Does
the
Does he
fuck?
work here?
Because they split it up, and Hall was on this side, but then Nash was on the red and black Wolfpack with Conan and
course.
Goatee Sting, I think, right? And then who else
Yes.
was? I don't even know, but yes.
Well, Goatee
Conan,
Sting was
Luger.
in NWO American
Oh, yeah,
Males,
Luger.
which was also Buff Bagwell,
that didn't
Scotty
happen.
Riggs.
That didn't happen. We watched a lot and it did happen. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, because we were getting there, man.
no,
Damn.
it's after?
It's called a payoff.
It's not before.
payoff.
It's after.
It's a payoff. Halloween
I don't
Havoc
wanna hear
is
any more about
coming.
the
The Day of
payoff.
Reckoning
The
will
Day of
be
Reckoning
here.
is
I promise
promised.
you.
So Bischoff and Hogan come out, they're strumming a guitar and flexing. Scott Hall joins the
Airplane
entrance
arms.
halfway through. Yeah, airplane arms. Scott Hall joins the entrance halfway through, and so does shitty ass Brian Adams. I wrote that down verbatim.
With the sideburns.
Don't disrespect Brian Adams, all right?
He can kiss my butt and my
Don't
balls.
you say that about the NWOite.
Oh, no,
Brian Adams,
Brian,
dude.
no,
Brian, big Bri. There's two guys in the front row that won't stop pulling up their shirts. I think they have something written on their chest, but the camera never catches it.
Right, week for 9 months. You know, brothers, I came in on the Learjet, dude, with the red carpet, brother.
The red carpet and the NWOites were laying on the ground, begging me to please step on their bodies, just so Hollywood's feet wouldn't have to touch the stinking ground here in Rochester, brother.
We were watching at some point in 98, Hogan just starts saying bro and brudda.
And brah.
Bra is the other one. Bra, bro, and bra. I think he just got sick of saying brother.
His brother.
You can fool some of the wrestling fans some of the time, but you can never fool a black and white NWOite anytime, brother.
What an insane
fuck are you
line.
talking
What an
about?
insane line. It's like he had some. So I assume this is like in reference to people
Let me
knowing
tell
that
you.
Warrior was going to be there and all that stuff.
Yes.
Because we're getting to the point now where we're like shooting on the Observer on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So, but the line "You can never fool a black and white NWOite anytime, brudda" is insane.
You can't. Same with the Deadlock guys.
Yeah, and that's, Brian Adams said, "You damn right. You let him know
Brian
that."
Adams is fooled very easily.
Brian Adams said, I am a black and white NWOite, and I'm not fooled.
Now, for those people that don't have the black and white on, maybe you forgot who I am, brothers. I'm the man wrestling it made today. He's fucking
As
gets
his
lost
voice is
real
going
hard.
out too as he's talking.
Dude, his voice gets shot very early, Tony. He said, I came to the WCW, took a stinking hillbilly Southern Belle promotion, and took buildings like this when they were used to seeing $10,000 worth of business to hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of revenue.
Brian Adams said, yeah, that's right.
Oh, you got hundreds of
I'd
thousands,
help.
Brian? Hollywood is all about the almighty dollar, and now I got everybody right here where I want them, and I want all the stupid wrestling fans to know that they're like the stupid wrestlers in the back. What are you talking about, brother? Number one.
Brian Adams is like, holy
I
shit.
think he says take
What?
back the land or something. I don't know what he's on, man.
He
Why don't you take back over?
said, why don't you slaughter further? Slaughter the lands you like to slaughter.
Yes.
And
Why
I
don't you
said-
slaughter the lands that you led to the slaughter?
And I said, brothers,
What?
you're right.
And they said, would. Do it for us. They
Brian
said
Adams
would.
is like cracking up at this point. You would do it for us.
They said would. Take them out one at a time. What? And I said, brothers, you're right. Why don't you slaughter the lands that led you to the slaughter?
You slaughter the lands that
Why don't
you
don't-
slaughter. Don't you take
They
the
said
land.
would.
I can't believe no one ever YouTube pooped this or anything.
Yeah, really?
He said some of the most outlandish doo-doo meat shit I ever heard come out of a man's mouth.
And the two biggest crybabies in the WCW. I always love the WCW, by the way. It was very cool.
Yeah, me too. I think that's cool.
The two biggest crybabies in the WCW, that no good Sting and that no good Bret the Hitman Hart. I got Woods war bonnet on tonight, and I challenge both of them.
What's war bonnet?
Oh, oh my.
fuck are you talking
By the
about?
way, up until the very end of this promo, Bischoff is holding the mic for him
The whole
And
time.
He's talking the whole. If I was holding the mic for that, and he starts saying about he went down the hood. I gotta take the fucking mic. We gotta go to the next segment, man.
This is also
ridiculous.
Yes, you're right. So give me that. Give me the visuals. Give me the fucking. This is also like peak, like just out of the fryer hot dog style Hulk Hogan has ever looked. Like this is insane.
He looks like the disciple.
Don't. So Hogan's losing his voice. Hogan says, "If they both want a piece of wood, I'll take them on."
Holy shit!
Starting tonight, I'm taking my business back. The black and white NWO is taking over once again, and I don't care if it's Sting, Bret Hart. They're gonna be the first victims of the Woods regime, brother.
Dude, this ending line here is the most incredible thing I've ever heard in my life.
If you're real tight with the Woodmaster,
Oh my, the Woodmaster!
if you're real tight with the Woodmaster, because I'm just too sweet. What the fuck are you talking about,
you can
dude?
just call me Tony because that's just too sweet.
Dude, by the way, this is like he said Woody before. He's called himself Woody in other promos. He was very adamant that he is Woody.
I want to, and brother, I'm Woody, I'm Wood, and I'm the Wood Master.
He's like, there's no way. He said, there's no way I'm not getting this line in there. That no good Sting and Bret. And by the way, brothers, if you're real tight with the Woodmaster,
Don't forget. Save back channel. That's what it felt like a tagline. Like,
by the way, brothers, yeah, that was crazy, man.
I'm gonna go to Halloween Havoc and I'm gonna face the Warrior. And don't you forget that they call me the Woodmaster.
Dude, I was like, what is he even building? What are we talking about? I was like, Sting? He just says you're facing fucking Warrior.
And just in case you missed any of it, Hogan goes up to the camera and he says, "I'm gonna turn the big brother." He points to Scott Hall, and then he points to Brian Adams and said, "And the other big brother one that gets in the black and white wooden tag."
This has got to be
this one shit.
This has got to be the top 5 Hogan promos of all time.
Dude,
You can fool some of the wrestling fans some of the time, but you can never fool a black and white NWO white.
and I'm the Woodmaster.
That's too soon.
Dude,
Make sure you're wooden tonight.
I'm going down to the hood, dude.
What is that even? If you're real tight with the Woodmaster like the Nitro girls are, you can go ahead and call me Woody because I'm
heard
just
him.
too sweet.
By the way,
Is that he has the cock? Is it a cock
no,
thing? He
he's
has
the
cock
Woodmaster.
and he's got
by the
cock, and you
way-
can call him cock, and I am
If
cock.
you're real tight with the Woodmaster, you're just not real tight with the Woodmaster, so you wouldn't know about Woody.
I guess not.
Dude, if you go down to the hood, we can hook you up with the Woodmaster.
Go
all right?
down to the hood.
I don't want to go there. He's going to slaughter the land.
No, they want them to slaughter the lands that just like to slaughter the land.
Go
Slaughter.
down the
Brother, you're
go
right.
to the hood, and the hood will tell you, Wood, take them out one at a time.
Do it for us.
Do it for Brian Adams, dude.
Don't worry, I got the Woods war bonnet on.
Go to the
tonight.
go to the hood and ask for Woody. And he'll hook you up.
Well, if you both want a piece of wood,
Somebody anybody get up with Woody.
brother. This is the most smacked ass promo ever. This is crazy.
If I'm watching this Raw, I'm gonna keep it real with you.
No way. Anyway,
There we go. Now we're rocking. We got Luger doing the torture rack on the wall. Yeah, this is good
Dude,
stuff. I like this.
I love the intro. I feel like explosions are fake, right?
Oh,
Or
the
they
one
real?
that goes into the actual logo.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know
Is
if
that
it's
real?
real.
I'm not sure. I don't know. They probably filmed it on some like Turner
looks
Backlot
good.
Brawls or Backlot Brawl. Backlot.
They just blew
Yeah,
shit up.
probably
That's
somewhere
awesome.
on
Yeah,
some
that'd be cool.
studio or something.
Yeah, okay.
They call
Oh,
him that.
my.
I always
I
call
thought
him
it was
Super
Calo.
Calo. LA Park A and Super Calo.
Parka comes out in a mariachi outfit with a big hat in his chair. I wrote big letters, Super Calo base god.
Me too.
There's somebody in the crowd with a very sad looking red face painted Sting sign. Just real depressing.
It's awesome that La Parka has the sombrero and then he's got the suit on. He's got to take off the suit so he can get to the wrestling outfit underneath the suit.
He's kitted out
That's
here.
Awesome.
I guess you would call him that, whatever his name is.
Might as well. I mean, Mike Tenay, if Mike Tenay says it, I believe the professor.
Tenay.
Yeah, he's Iron Mike today. Make sure you get that part right.
Sorry,
but there's so Super Calo here in the outfit. He has a mask.
Thank you.
With sunglasses that are sewn into the mask, and also a hat that is sewn into the seams of the top of the mask,
like a biker
so that the hat
hat
does not come off.
It's 400
It's like the
IQ.
Triple H hat,
It's the
right?
Triple H
the
hat.
Triple H hat. Okay.
Oh my god, yeah, it is.
This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is the best luchador they have in WCW. That's epic.
That was fucking awesome. I love that. But yes, the spinning wheel kick in the Trio Woe was crazy. This is after they were doing dives. La Parka's fucking dancing like crazy. La Parka hit to Alabama Slam
That was awesome,
at one point
yeah.
too, which was fucking
Dude, he
cool
fucking
as fuck.
destroyed him. That
God.
was like gnarly. Like that was like a fuck you, man.
He just invented it.
That was crazy.
We don't
as
know how
hell.
to take this. Yeah. Dude, La Parka fucking hits a corkscrew moonsault off the top to a standing Super Calo for the fucking win. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a hot finish there. And then Super Calo said, "Fuck that shit," and beat his ass with a chair.
Beat his ass with a chair and sets it up and dances on it as it goes to commercial.
I really thought that was a good way to start this. That was a good, good little sprint there.
Fun fucking match. These two are fucked.
And they got an angle here. You know, they did an angle with the chair.
I'm sure they follow up too.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Now we go into the Bret Hart Mean Gene Town Hall.
Bret has the U.S. title. The belt is fucking gorgeous.
Gorgeous, man. Wow.
Mean Gene says, "You never got a title shot at Hogan in 8 years, and now they're calling you out." And Bret says, "Fuck that fucking piece of shit." This is a good promo, actually. He says, "I got a bad knee, but this is something I've been waiting for my whole life, and I talked to Sting backstage, and he's going to let me have the first shot, and Hogan, you're going to fucking pay, and I have people that are going to watch my back, and we're going to settle this shit. And I could be just as great as Ric Flair and Sting, and I just want one chance. And Hogan, I'm going to kick the shit out of you for all the people in this building and all the buildings around the world."
All of them?
What a crazy last line. Yeah, all of them.
So we mentioned a little bit earlier before, but 1993, it was supposed to be Bret versus Hogan, and Hogan was supposed to drop the title to Bret at SummerSlam.
Yes.
Hogan said, "Not tonight, dude."
No way, dude.
and then
Canada.
Yokozuna beat Hogan at King of the Ring instead, I believe, is what ended up happening. And then, of course, the singles match just never happened. So they have a chance here to do a first time ever matchup, and they do it here tonight in the main event.
Oh, my.
Because I think Keenan says later on, he says, if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be WCW. And you know what?
Hell yeah.
Let them know.
That's awesome.
But Jay, he talked about becoming a god. He's, I'll be the Ric Flair. I'll be the fucking Sting. You know, I could be a hero. So really good, like foreshadowing going into the main event here. Very heavy-handed, and the crowd responded to it. I knew because I knew how heavy-handed this was.
Okay.
I didn't know going into the show. I didn't know that he turned here.
Yeah.
But I knew once he cut the promo, I was like, this is when he turns. I knew he does. I knew he did. I didn't know it was here though.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he was like, I'm going to, not only am I going to kick your ass, but I'm going to become a hero. I'm going to be the hero you all need. I said,
I guess that was pretty heavy. You're right.
Don't do this, Bret.
I guess that's how much I believe in the hero Bret Hart. Because that feels like something hero Bret Hart
he
would
would
say.
definitely say that.
I want to be a hero to these people.
Out of the norm for Bret.
Sure, yeah. Well, anyways, we got the Disciple versus Sick Boy up next. Which, by the way, I just want to...
Fuck you. I'll let that die. I don't give a shit.
I just want to make sure everybody understands here that the Disciple is in the One Warrior Nation, and he comes out to the NWO music.
Comes out with the music and OWN jacket on.
OWN jacket, Tony, still looks like Hogan, still comes out to the NWO music, but he's doing all of Warrior's moves.
It still says Hollywood on his head too, doesn't it?
Does
it? No, does it? I don't remember.
I don't know, Tony. Wow,
I thought it didn't.
Maybe it doesn't.
If it does, that's
he definitely does come out to
funny,
NWO music for sure.
Why does it come out to the NWO music?
I don't know. I think that was Bret doesn't even fucking have music here, so I don't even know.
That's true. But as we know, the Ultimate Warrior's music is well worth stealing.
Oh, you're right. Wow, if he came out that would have been sick. You know what's funny? We'll talk. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it later.
I'm sure we're gonna talk about the same thing.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just want to reiterate here. Sick Boy looks like fucking Scotty Riggs, by the way, without the eye patch.
He does. I was trying to tell Deb. I was like, "That's Sick Boy." No, that might be Riggs. That's Sick Boy. She didn't have any clue either of those.
That's what I thought.
Oh, you meant Scotty Anton.
I think I first wrote Riggs down, and I was like, "Wait, no, that's not him. That's Sick Boy."
Yeah, it looks just like him.
Yes.
I think Sick Boy eventually has brown hair, but he looks just like Scotty Riggs. So Disciple, I was like, okay, how's this match going to go?
Why is this match going? First of all,
because he's
second of all,
in the One Warrior Nation.
All of them?
And of course, they had big plans for the Disciples, so they got to start getting them over here. So
right, they got to establish his finisher.
So Sick Boy's beating him up, and I'm talking like, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds into the match.
He's just rocking him. Yeah, he's just putting heat on him.
Disciple then does a fucking no-sell spot at the start of the match, and I was like, what is he supposed to like? It looked like he was like, I don't even know how to explain this.
He no-sells a suplex, gets up, flexes. He's trying to be warrior here. And there's like, dude,
what the fuck is that?
The crowd could not have cared any less. There was no reaction.
It didn't look like the Warriors Hulk up. It just looked like he was having a spasm. He's
just flailing his
Sick
arms
Boy's
around.
like, what the fuck is going on?
And then,
Sick Boy then drops the Disciple on his head, gut wrench style.
Oh my god, gut wrench suplex, and then he just no sells again and fires up, and nobody gives a fuck.
Larry Zbyszko said the Disciple might be under the influence. He wasn't even selling. He couldn't even sell this.
Just buried him, yeah.
So the Disciple then, of course, does his finisher, the Diamond Cutter.
It is the
Stunner Cutter.
It is called the Apocalypse. DDP is the main event of Halloween Havoc.
Dude, not only that, like, I mean, whatever, but Disco Inferno also just does this move on the shows.
No, the Chartbuster's different. He lands on his back. No, this is a cutter.
It was like on his tailbone. Like it was
close.
Between
the back and the. It's like an in between stunner.
No
cutter.
Way.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's why it's okay because
no
it's in between.
Way, that was a back bump.
No, it was.
He's just a shitty wrestler. That was just a back bump.
Well, that's why I think he was shitty. It was a shitty stunner, is what I thought it was.
No way.
I think so. Well, the setup for it is even crazier, by the way. He no-sells him again, fires up, big boot Sick Boy, which is a fucking Hogan thing still, and he's like, oh, fuck, I gotta do warrior things. So he charges at Sick Boy and tries to press slam him, running press slam. Sick Boy goes behind him, and then Disciple hits the Apocalypse.
That's his finisher.
Okay, so I'm watching the
move.
back. It might be a jumping cutter, but I can't tell what this is. It's so fucked up.
Can you show me?
It's a fucked up move.
He does
it like a.
I can't believe. Wait, this is from this match.
This might be the only. This might be the only time he ever does it.
This was uploaded in 2020. The Disciple hits the Apocalypse on Sick Boy.
All right, here we go. Ducks the line. Look at this running press slam.
Sick Boy sells it like a stunner though too.
I think it's supposed to be a jumping stunner.
He took like a shitty knee bump. It was like it's like when Kane would take it.
I don't know, man.
This is the only dude. You know what's crazy?
Might be the only time
this is probably the only recorded the Apocalypse ever.
He never wins again.
You know what, man? It might be a stunner.
I get what you're saying though, because
But
I feel like
he definitely goes to his back, and he definitely goes.
Yeah.
Like if he's taking the
I
stunner,
think
he wouldn't go that low. Don't you say that about Brother Brudite, dude.
I'm trying to.
That is my brother.
He defeats Lenny Lane a week after this.
I'm trying to see.
So
he does the Apocalypse again. Jumping. No, it's a cutter. Like that is a cutter. No,
you got the clip?
Yeah. I'm looking at the Lenny Lane thing.
All right, here it is. Okay, and dude, it's both. It's fucked up. Because it looks like it's at two. Like, look, if you hover over, it shows the most replayed part. That's where it is. Okay. It's like he lands on his tailbone. Like,
you know what? The setup for it is the Irish whip back body drop. Like that's the whole Apocalypse. I'm not even kidding.
Tony, you're right. Maybe that's the only way he knew how to get into it.
That's the whole move. It's a back body drop reversal thing, stunner, diamond
Irish
cutter.
whip.
That's the whole move.
Back body drop,
not-
turn around.
Yeah, it's just not this because he does the same thing in the other match too.
It's got to be a. It's a stunner and a cutter together. It's like the chart buster. It's like the chart buster and the diamond cutter.
It is.
Meet in the
it's
middle.
It's like a backyarder
You know
trying
what? It's
to
like
do a stunner.
I tell you to sell it like a stunner, but I give it like a cutter.
Yeah.
Diamond stunner. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Crazy.
Dude, the disciple.
Ain't nobody doing it like Disciple. Holy shit.
Disciple does all of Warrior's shit. He beats his chest. He fucking hits the ropes. He fucking bounces the ropes around, and then he leaves. And then he goes wah wah into the camera.
I think he said
Disciple
I think it
style.
says "We are one." It's the one warrior nation. I think that's the translation I got. So
there is
we are one. They're one collective group. You know, like the Nexus. We are one. That was them.
Yeah, that turned out great.
What? Like the next?
You know, maybe the core. Sorry, it was maybe the core. You know,
Yo,
I think the
that
Nexus
has
was very
never-
similar to the One Warrior Nation.
that has never been said ever. Like,
you know, the one warrior
Like
nation kind of
the
like the Nexus. Same thing. You know.
Dude, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, Tony.
John Cena said, "I'm gonna beat these dudes the same way too."
Hogan, yeah.
That's crazy.
Hulk Hogan
man.
said that too.
Exactly.
Like Hogan,
Holy-
yeah.
Wow, that is.
And I moved the
crazy.
hand from my ear and put it in front of my face,
You
brother.
just call him Woody.
The
you know?
disciple. Hey, I'd go call him Woody. All right.
Yeah.
The disciple is the
Don't.
craziest wrestler that's ever existed, man. This guy is fucking skating, man.
James, some may say he's the shittiest wrestler.
Well, some would be wrong, dude.
Take it from the Woodmaster.
You can fool. That's what he told. That's what he told the fucking disciple. He said, "You can wrestle shitty some of the time. I will wrestle shitty anytime, dude."
Wood style for life, brother.
Get woodied.
Holy
Disciple, where's your
schmoly.
wood?
That's the apocalypse. All right.
Great, yeah. Before we move on to the next thing, by the way, because I was looking to see the disciple things on Cage Match. Would you like to know all of his aliases?
Oh my god. I guess we got
Can I
time.
try naming them?
Fucking
Let's
rock
see.
it.
You got Brutus.
All right, well, I'll
Zodiac.
rock it, 'cause
Zodiac, yeah.
there's Zodiac. Oh yes, Zodiac Disciple, of course.
Of course, yes.
Booty Man?
Booty Man.
Booty Man. Brutus Beefcake.
Yeah, Brutus Beefcake.
Okay. Well, Brother Brudai.
No way.
Brother
There's
Brudai.
no way.
Brother Brudai. Yeah.
Don't, Tony. Don't you talk about Brudai like that.
He
dude.
also wrestled as Brute Force, Butcher, Dizzy Golden, Dizzy Hogan, Eddie Hogan, Ed Boulder, Eddie Boulder, and Man with No Name.
This is the biggest cock eater of all time, bro. This is crazy, man.
Eddie Hogan.
That's unbelievable, man.
I needed you to know about Eddie and Dizzy Hogan as well as
That's
Eddie Boulder.
Unbelievable. What a gimmick. What a career,
Yeah.
actually, is better to put it.
good for it. Just he rode.
One day we're going to
beast.
crack the code on what the apocalypse is supposed to be. Today's
We
not
should
that
ask him.
day.
What the fuck were you doing?
Does he have a cameo by any chance?
The Disciple, brother.
No, not the disciple.
Oh my
Brutus
God, he does. Somebody
How much?
please ask and tell him he has to
What is
be
it?
the disciple.
$100. Jesus
Tell him he
Christ.
has to be the disciple in the video, not the fucking beefcake with the scissors. We wanted the disciple. And we need to know explain what the apocalypse is.
It is so worth it, dude. Please, somebody get that done.
Holy shit. And tell
You
him to
need
say,
yeah, don't be beefcake.
tell him to say the boys are back. Dude.
And shout out Brother Brudai.
Yeah, that's real shit right there. What?
Wow.
Explain that move. Tell us what the apocalypse is. We need to
Yeah.
know.
What would you compare it to the most?
Because we know what we see, but what does he see?
His cage match rating is a 3.4.
As it should be.
Holy schmoly. All right, so
Should be. How do you he has 17 match ratings and this year.
Everybody's been watching about this type of career.
What the fuck is happening here?
So video package, IV'd up. So Fall Brawl's now here. And we have Scotty versus Rick. So the Steiners have broken up. He's Big Poppa Pump now, and he's in the middle of a feud with his brother.
Yes.
So Rick attacks Buff Bagwell on the apron. I don't know what
he throws him into the ring post.
I guess.
Yeah.
It looked like it. Yeah, he kind of just threw it over there. Well, Buff hurt his neck big style, so he is now being stretchered out. But they stop the match. Buff is getting stretchered out. He goes back to the ambulance in the back. Rick's with him. Scott's with him. Everything's stopped here. This is the pay-per-view, by the way. Buff says, "Someone please call my mom," which is awesome. We're going to call your mom.
Yeah, we're going to get your mom out here.
So Rick then is back there with Scott and Buff as they're getting into the ambulance. He wants to make sure, that Buff neck brace and overalls on. This is the greatest feud of all time. They learned during this video package, which, by the way, Rick and Scott are going to face in a no DQ match.
Or will they? Or
they're supposed to.
It happen?
Yes.
I don't know, because it's been going on for like 4 months.
Who knows?
Right? They started and they never had a match.
Right. There, we actually do review the episode that kind of takes Rick away from this for a second, but we'll talk about that in a minute. They learn about during the video package that Jericho has challenged Goldberg for the title here tonight.
Oh my!
Jericho has been 98's got to be one of his best years ever.
Yeah,
he's
incredible.
He's rocking every scene. Cruiserweight, TV title. He's got the TV title right now. He's going for the world title against Goldberg.
He looks great.
Great. His promos are amazing. He's far and beyond probably one of the more entertaining people on the show, and he has nothing to do with any of the main event angles. Nitro girls are here.
They're awesome.
They got the Deadlock orange tops on. Yeah, they're rocking.
Shouts out.
So now we move on to Scott Steiner versus Nick Dinsmore and Lenny Lane.
So at first, it takes a while before they say these guys' names. So I'm like, okay, I'm like, fuck, man, can you guys say their names so I can write this shit down? I like to, do the show properly. And Buff Bagwell, first of all,
this is the greatest of all time. He deserved a 20-year WWF run. I swear he did.
Is there any way for the $1 tier watchers of the video, you can just give us a little example of what this?
I don't have enough space to rock the.
If you could just kind of just give an idea.
I don't have enough space, but the Buff dance is crazy as hell.
The
Buff
sweeps his arms back and forth, very crazy.
Yeah.
You gotta do the step. The step is a really you gotta do the leg thing with the arms out. So you have to like throw the arms.
And
then get down and you have to pose. Yeah, there's a lot to it here.
He's in a black shirt with white NWO overalls on, with his hat, with his face on the top of the hat that he puts next to his face and says, "Damn, I'm good looking."
he turned it in. And I couldn't even believe what I'm seeing first off, because the first thing he says is, I said, oh my God.
I was so happy.
By the way, I remember, it was watching this match. I remember seeing it on YouTube. There's a guy that uploads like Scott Steiner stuff in like a versus two stupid jobbers.
Oh, you're
or something.
right. I remember all those videos. Yeah.
Yeah, all the videos are like Scott Steiner versus two big fucking losers. And then like the description is like Scott Steiner destroys and does very sexy suplexes to two losers on Nitro. Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Crazy. I remember watching
Scott Steiner's channel.
It might be. But I remember specifically seeing this.
Because I beat up these two losers and my cock is looking fucking fat tonight.
Dude, I knew it because they said Nick Dinsmore. I said, holy shit, I've seen this. And I was I've never seen it in this high quality, because the one on YouTube is not, it's like a...
I found the name of it.
Probably, yeah.
Big Poppa Pump, Scott Steiner abuses two poor men.
What does the description say?
Again and again, Big Poppa Pump.
That's what the description says? What the fuck?
That's a beast right there. Read the comments. Look at his sexy muscles as he lifts up these two guys. Yeah, the comments are crazy. But anyway, Scott Steiner grabs the mic and goes, I said, holy fucking shit, I can't believe we get one of these. And for whatever reason tonight, Scott Steiner he's very dialed in. I said, I can't believe what's happening
but
right now.
It's still good.
Yeah, absolutely. When I step in the ring, it's easy to see that all men are not created equal. I said,
Oh, my.
That's awesome.
That's the good stuff right there. He said, if there's a professional athlete that looks as great as I do, I'd like to see him because he don't exist.
That looks great. As great as I do.
As I do, I like to see
And
him.
that was it.
Because he don't
That was it.
exist.
Yeah. All
And
right.
Buff said, yeah. And now he is going to whoop these two losers' ass.
So that's when they announced it as Lenny Lane and Nick Dinsmore. And I was like, Nick Dinsmore? I said, oh, Eugene,
That's
what the fuck?
awesome. What the hell's he doing in WCW in '98?
Eugene.
Getting his ass whooped big style.
Whoop, dude. Holy
NWO style
fuck.
for life, brother.
Dude, Steiner stretches Lenny Lane upside down in the buckle and fucking and Steiner yells out, "This is beautiful, man. It's beautiful." What are you fucking
Dude.
talking about?
Buff, wow. I don't like Scott and Buff together.
What a great team.
Yeah, splitting up the Steiners is crazy, like on paper, but Steiner and Buff was like they were rocking.
Awesome.
They had and he sits there and he's choking him out. Buff then walks over and puts the hat on Lenny Lane's head as he's hanging in the tree of woe and says, oh, he's pretty good looking. No, he's not. He starts a crazy match here. Steiner
That's
gorilla
awesome.
presses Lenny Lane, does the
Holy
suck it taunt
shit.
to a fan in the front row. Steiner fucking suplexes Dinsmore on top of him, stacks and
God.
fucks him big style, double Steiner recliner.
Lenny
was
Lane
awesome.
was
That's
crazy. Yeah.
Cool
Double
match,
recliner
man.
is
Yeah.
gnarly, yeah. But then Scott starts selling
back.
his back. His back. Oh, my back. Oh, my back.
Mike Tenay says, you will not get any sympathy from
Fuck
us.
you. Yeah. Tony Schiavone says, oh, of course he's hurt. Yeah, of course he is.
Fuck you, man.
And some dude comes out, and I say, who the fuck is this? And they say, Danny's out here checking on Steiner. I said, who the fuck is Danny?
Little
Oh,
Danny.
It's one of the trainers, of course.
Of course, Danny Dillinger. There he is.
He's obviously very injured.
They are
my
rocking.
back.
This show is rocking right now, man. They're killing this shit.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, well, here's the Ultimate Warrior Town Hall.
Take the dog to hell.
Dude, in my head, I guess, because it's been what, like 10 months? It's probably been 9-10 months
Yeah.
since we've done that episode.
We did it last October.
So in my head, Take the Dog to Hell has just become a thing that we say, just because
Yes.
I haven't thought about it at all. So when I remembered that it was goddamn part of the Ultimate Warriors theme song, I almost died laughing. It said, what was it saying? The target is scoped and locked for destruction.
Take the dog to hell.
And I said, there's no way. There's no way. Take the dog to hell. Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Now, over
The
the
target
arena.
is scoped and locked for destruction. Take the target out.
What a fucking, I said we picked the best Nitro ever to do here.
I couldn't
We
believe
get it
and
all. We get Steiner and
Yeah.
fucking Buff.
Brother
We get-
Brudai.
Brother Brudai has a match. Take the dog to hell. Yeah, we had Super Calo.
Super Calo.
Hogan went to the hood. We're
Yeah.
going crazy. This is
only like the first hour.
we're in the
of
first
show.
hour of this show. Yeah, they're rocking.
So Warrior comes out. His jacket looks fucking ridiculous. It has so much shit on it. It has the OWN fucking logo on it. Tony Schiavone proclaims that WCW has taken over New York.
That's
I don't know
true.
how the fuck.
That's
what
for
the
true.
fuck
That's their town
That's
now.
for True City.
Yeah, I guess so. So Warrior says, Hogan, I know who you are, and I know who I am, and these Warriors know what they want to see. At War Games, I brought you nothing but disappointment. I said, what are you talking about?
I think the show is called Fall Brawl.
I tell you, Warriors, I sense that disappointment, and I say to you that I have a message from you, Hogan, and that message goes like this. Since my return, you have brought nothing before me except a pittance of the man I once knew.
He says,
have-
Hogan,
and
you
then
fucking suck. You suck.
Some dude just runs in.
How's the guy trying to take the dog to hell?
Some dude runs in, security grabs him, and Warrior says, that Hogan is a disappointment. I said, what?
He fucking shoots at the fan.
Fuck this. You fucking fans suck. He says, you see a small piece of what you used to be. I
See a
refuse to make
small
myself.
penis.
Don't
You talk about Bruno like
I'm
that.
the Wood
Talk
Master.
about Woody.
They
I'm
call
the
me
real Wood
Woody,
Master.
brother.
I'm the Warrior Master.
This is like having the two craziest dudes ever. Like, there's no way that they saw Warrior and then like they did like the if you did the segment and you go like
not talking anymore, dude.
No more.
No.
It's like go do another
you can
promo.
talk backstage and we'll fucking figure it out. You know what I mean? Like we'll piece it together.
He said the fan was a lost Warrior brother because Hulk Hogan hasn't faced the Ultimate Challenge. What are you talking about?
To make myself less than what I am until you, Hogan, find who you need to be. At Halloween Havoc, I will become full bone.
Somebody get this little jabroni out of the ring, dude. Somebody get this little jabroni out of the ring.
They're comparing cogs here. I'll come full bone. Don't you talk about bone around me, brother.
So into that line. That was like his like big line. I will become full blood. Somebody get this guy out of the ring.
I want to feel the power of the Warrior. Get out of here,
dude! They hit his fucking music.
Take the dog down.
They hit his fucking music, and he said, "And I will." Somebody cut the commercial. Get this shit off the screen. They're like, the camera is like 20 feet back now. Hard cam, Jim.
He's still talking.
And then Halloween Havoc. Cut the fuck.
All these warriors.
Cut the fucking segment, man. Holy shit.
I'm the Woody. Ultimate Woody. And I will take the rocket ship to the hood.
Gather all the dogs, warriors.
Warriors, I made a big mistake recruiting the disciple. He fucking sucks.
Somebody get this jabroni out of this damn group.
This fan is a disappointment, much like the disciple. Who trained the disciple too, by the way? He trained
He said, brother, this is it right
is
here,
it a
dude.
diamond cutter or a stunner?
Why didn't you just do the splash? You fucking idiot. Speak to me, warrior.
Speak to me, disciple. I'm not getting that injection.
Disciple, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
You will not inject a warrior.
Ultimate Warrior is the Jeeper Creeper, and Disciple is the baby.
I will kill you. Me, the
all these little warriors out here. No, that I'm the real warrior. Oh, fuck.
I will expose my penis. Warriors.
Look at the real one. Disciple, whip out my wood. In the middle of the ring.
This is Jim camera 20 feet out of his country commercial. Look at my penis, warriors.
And you know, this will load the rocket fuel. Oh
my god. Oh my! The only thing I'm injecting, warriors, is destrucity.
I'm Natty.
I'm not going to Walgreens, warriors.
Oh my fucking god! The disciple fucking sucks.
Oh my god! Yeah, they were crazy as hell for this, man. Anyway. Oh my god!
Mean Gene calls out Marcus Alexander Bagwell. He full names him too. He full names him, and Buff takes a while to come out here. Mean Gene just standing on the ramp. He's waiting for Bagwell. And Bagwell finally comes out. He's all concerned looking, and Gene says, "Oh, I thought you were going to swerve me, Mr. Bagwell." What? Buff says, "Listen, I had plenty of time to put Scotty in the ambulance." And Mean Gene says, "Is he really on the way to the hospital?" And Buff says, "You call me a liar? Say the words. Say the words." And then there's random laughing No.
It's the goddamn Chucky the Killer doll laughing in the background.
Charles is here.
I forgot that it was like a few week build to the Chucky angle.
Yeah, what the hell is that laugh? You laughing at me, Mean Gene? No.
Buff says everyone knows that Steiner ruptured 3 discs in his back, and he may have ruptured 4 or 5 or 6. And Mean Gene says, well, he's going to be able to meet his brother at Halloween Havoc. And Buff says, does it look like I'm a doctor? Do I have doctor across my forehead? I don't know. And Mean Gene says, don't jerk me around here, Bagwell.
All my favorite doctors have doctor just on the body at all times.
I'm not a doctor.
Hello? Yeah, hello?
Did you see doctor on my body anywhere? Of course. No, we don't.
And Buff says, Scott Steiner's hurt and Havoc may not happen, so just suck it in, Rick Steiner, because the holidays may be miserable. Rick Steiner's big Halloween guy.
I'm sad, man.
The fucking
Don't ruin my
Halloween is
Come on,
fun.
man.
Yeah, man.
I'm back, Warriors.
Warriors. What are we dressing up for the holidays? I'm dressing as Chucky Killer doll.
Dude, the angle hasn't happened yet.
Disciples,
Come on, dude.
Disciples dressing up as me.
He's dressing up also as the Chucky Killer doll.
He better.
Holy shit. Disciple's kind of like Smithers and Simpsons. He's kind of like Smithers with Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
true.
whoever's Mr. Burns at the time, he's like, yeah, whatever, I'll do it.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my
Jesus
God. The
Christ.
hits keep
So-
coming here.
Psychosis versus the Cat up next.
It now.
Yeah, I feel like he just started it.
Yeah.
So the Cat cuts a promo here. He says, by law, I am required to tell you this. I am a 3-time world karate champion. I thought he was going to stop right there. I was like, oh, okay.
my hands and feet are registered. I can rip your heart out in 5 seconds and everyone in here. But I'm going to give you those 5 seconds to get out of here. And if you're still here, I'm going to give you the whooping of a lifetime. Holy fuck.
Psychosis, of course, cannot speak English.
Of course not. He's fucking very confused and he just stares at the back of his head as Cat turns around and counts to 5. And he turns back around and he says, did you hear me, son? And Psychosis responds in Spanish. The Cat is very confused. He says, what the hell? You're telling me you don't understand nothing I said? I never want to whoop a chump like I'm going to whoop you. I got something you understand. And he fucking super kicks the shit out of him.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, it was awesome. It was like without any effort at all.
Precision.
Very good.
Yeah, it was awesome. I liked it a lot.
Cool little match too. Fun sprint. Psychosis does a crossbody to the outside off the top.
There's a little argument on the commentary here as Psychosis puts Cat in a head scissors. Schiavone says, oh, he's got a head scissors on, and Larry Zbyszko says, that's a figure 4. And Tony Schiavone says, all right, whatever you want to call it.
Dude, he is so done.
He was pissed.
He's so fucking done.
Yeah, no, Tony.
Not even a little bit, bro. He's done with this shit.
And Larry says, I didn't make it up. That's what it was.
All right, dude. I'm not dying on this hill. I do not care. I do not give a shit.
That's us arguing on here about that Stunner.
You're right.
We don't care.
So the Cat catches Psychosis with a suplex. Psychosis goes for the guillotine leg drop. Beast style.
Oh,
this shit, he gets so high off of it.
And he misses, which is even worse.
That's horrible. That ring didn't even move. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Cat moves. He hits the roundhouse kick, and he ends up winning the match.
Trouble in Paradise, right?
Yeah, that's what I wrote too, Tony. Trouble in Paradise.
So,
that's pretty much what it was. Yeah, the Cat, and he gets on the mic and he says, I'm the greatest. I am a bad man. All right, true.
So now we have the Alex Wright Mean Gene Town Hall.
This is crazy here, man. This is.
By the way, we had talked about it a little bit. Johnny had mentioned it when he was over the house or whatever. And we had mentioned it a little earlier in the show, but they really don't go backstage at all.
No,
and
it's never see the backstage.
Yeah,
area,
which is crazy. The only time you really see it is like when they have like
thing.
The ambulance, or like they have like a little segue where Ric Flair goes, "Woo! WCW is the greatest!" Woo!
Or the NWO.
Yeah,
we'll be back
the
with
NWO arrives to the
Nitro.
arena or something. Yeah, that's about it.
Or like the NWO
yeah.
room or something.
Or you'll see like Goldberg like working out in the back, but like all very very subtle. There's no like real like brawling back there. There's
backstage,
no interviews in the back.
backstage interviews. That's what I was gonna say.
It's not till later you start seeing like Eric Bischoff's office, Russo's office, shit like that. Like there's no
That's
way.
when
Like,
Russo came in.
the
Though,
backstage, like you're not even supposed to know it exists here.
Yeah, until Russo comes back. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when everything changes. He brings that WWF style.
So Mean Gene calls out Alex Wright, and Mean Gene says, "Well, when in Rome, speak Italian, my friend." I don't know what What the fuck he was
Yeah, come on, let him know. Talk.
And Alex Wright takes the mic and he says, Shiza.
I love the kids in the crowd were doing the dance too. I thought that was
that's awesome.
Everyone was.
And Alex Wright says, I forgot, Baldy, you can't speak German, so why don't you leave, you idiot? I have a question for you all tonight. How does it feel to grow up and live in a dirty, small, stinking city like Rochester? I know another loser in the back that's shaking like a leaf. British Bulldog. British Bulldog, why don't you come last Thursday when I challenge you? I know why. Because you're spineless, gutless, heartless, British jellyfish. And you know I'm the greatest European wrestler, and I give you one more chance tonight. You better take it. Not only am I much better looking, much better wrestler, I am also much better dancer. Hit my music. They hit his music. And
Chavo and beats him. That's what I wrote.
okay, good.
So that's
Okay,
what
yeah,
happens.
fair.
Yes.
There you go,
Of
yes.
course.
Okay,
So
so
Luger
now
comes out, it gets on the apron and tries to snitch to the referee that Disco used Pepe. Hey, man, mind your fucking business, Hoovy.
why is Hoovy stooging? Yeah, what the hell's happening right
Hoovin' Stooge.
So Hoovie's out here on the apron. He decides the best course of action is do a springboard drop kick to Disco and then run a spot. So he does a running head scissors Irish whip. Hoovy then goes to get Chavo up, but Disco's
He's
back
checking on
in
Yes.
and gloms him from behind and hits
Holy
the...
shit. At all. Well, you got to find a new move, brother.
Hey, brother, I better not see you do that thing you do that tonight. I'll tell you
that's
that.
what happened?
Into 98, probably early 99 is where we like for most of the half of the year, we really didn't go much into like stooging or like stuff like that.
No,
like we didn't
like inside.
we didn't use
Yeah.
inside baseball terms too much at that point. Maybe Nash or Hall or maybe like Nash or Hall on WCW would sometimes bring something up, but it
I'm
would
sure
be very
Meltzer
quick.
said some shit about them. Yeah.
But yeah, now we have like lower card guys using insider terms. So like
Yeah.
very different stuff here. You can tell
Yeah,
things
yeah.
are changing.
2,
Arn Anderson,
3,
Ric Flair,
and there's 4, and that is the 4 horsemen.
and
that you
Mongo
have right
McMichael.
Hold on a second. I mean, like, I feel like this happens a lot. Like, the 4 horsemen always, I feel like, had more than 4 people, but like even OG, like, and like eventually it's like Paul Roma and Sid Vicious are in the group, and like, bro, like, what is fucking
That's
what's
the
going
new
on here?
Horseman.
Sorry,
What about
yes,
the
of course.
Extreme Horseman?
Was that like Steve Carino?
CW, I think. has something to do with
CW.
it.
It was just Steve Carino's ECW group.
Yeah, pretty much.
Simon Diamond, I think, was in the Extreme Horseman as well.
Whatever the case is, the Horsemen are a huge part of WCW lore.
They're so over. I think they just came back together like a week or 2 ago, right?
Right,
Like,
yeah,
they-
very soon.
Oh, it's about the 4th horseman, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Ric Flair, get out here.
Yeah. Get on down here.
So this is a very big deal. And Mongo.
The fuck?
What? What? I was saying Mongo. I just want to make sure people understand that
All
Mongo.
right, good. I'll
McMichael's
just make
also
sure.
in. Shout out the Bears.
If we're charting here, Mongo is way above Brian Adams and the Disciple. We got to get on the same page here with that.
I saw the Disciple would get a win tonight, so I don't really know anymore.
You're right.
I actually saw him get 2 wins,
That
and
brings
he's
it
2-0.
He's got 2 wins.
2 wins, 0 losses. So,
Damn,
Mean
this is
Gene is
right.
fired up. I mean, he said, "Cut the 4 horsemen." He's throwing up the fucking
he's
4
throwing
with
it up.
the
Yeah,
Oh, this is sweet.
Holy shit. Yeah,
Um,
big pop for him.
Yeah, they all come out, man. They look good, like good little group here, man. Arn Anderson looks fantastic, by the way.
He looks like he can still go. I don't know why he wasn't.
He had
He was hurt
what
or
was
something?
the injury? Yeah, he had a career-ending
Was it
injury.
neck or back?
Something
Pussy or
happened.
crack?
It was. Yeah, you're right. Probably.
Flair probably should have listened to that a little more.
Yeah, maybe. So Bischoff and Stevie Ray come to the ring here with Doug Dillinger and a bunch of police officers.
Yeah, the Flair's doesn't really even get to fucking do his shtick before.
As security always. That's awesome.
He was such an integral part of the show that he's in the video games. Doug
You're
Dillinger.
right.
Yeah, because he was a big friend of the Four Horsemen. Like Doug Dillinger's a big Four Horsemen guy.
The head of the security.
So Eric says Arn, I think it was Arn, attacked Stevie Ray on Thunder
I think that's what he was saying. Yes,
with
I
a
think that's
tire
right.
iron.
But then he implies that all of them did this.
Well, you're guilty by association. You're all going to jail.
That's I feel like same way about you guys.
So Bischoff has the Four Horsemen arrested. And then they leave. They're getting arrested. Doug Dillinger, he says, "You better do your fucking job. You didn't do it last time."
Yeah, Bischoff says, if you haven't noticed, I brought a few of the local law enforcement because you guys committed felonious assault on this man.
Did you hear that, boys? Felonious assault.
Felonious assault. And I want you to escort all 4 of these men out of here, along with this man. Since you failed to do your job, 𝓱 I made it a little easier for you, and make sure you do it this week and get them the hell out of this building. And this goes on forever. Forever.
They walk up the ramp, and then Eric Bischoff takes the time to say, Flair, you used your 10-year-old son Reed in his wrestling tournament as an excuse not to show up to work. And now you're out of here.
Yeah, like this was like super inside, like for like
incredibly inside. What the fuck is he even talking about?
Ric Flair no-showed because he wanted to go to his 10-year-old son's wrestling tournament. And he says, you live vicariously through your 10-year-old son's wrestling career, and I hope that little Reed can get it done because you never will. Good night, y'all. Thanks for coming to my party. What?
Oh
what?
my. Thanks for coming to my party, y'all. Felonious assault.
Can you spell felonious? Let me help you out. What? You're done.
You're done.
Said, you're done.
You're done. Get out of the ring. You're done. Dude,
this was weird.
You love your son? Love your son, huh?
Yeah, what do you like your
it looks like you love your son.
That's what he thought. Yeah, you like full southern. Yeah, fucking hell.
All right, so whatever, 4 Horsemen, you're out of here. Get out of here. So
thanks for coming to my party.
All right, I hear you. Shout out Eric Bischoff and Stevie Ray and Doug Dillinger and the police officers. So now it's time for the Chris Jericho Town Hall.
Kinda, right? I mean, it's supposed to be a match.
Yeah, it turns into a town hall real quick. Jericho has the Goldberg entrance from the back.
With the Jericho Squad, of course. Which
and his best WCW theme song. First off, you leave him out of this. Second off, dude, this is the best song.
No, he didn't fucking use this.
You know I got you. Well, I mean,
so Jericho is walking through. No, Jericho's walking back.
Ralphus was there, but he wasn't going to take that bump tonight. I'm gonna tell you that.
No, well, he is the Jericho personal security, and then there was another man there that was the Jerichoholic Ninja. Which
with the glasses.
Is just a crazy, with the glasses. Yeah, I don't
know
what
the haircut, dude. He had that southern haircut, the bowl cut.
There was the third that I did not get to catch.
The one that's not Ralphus, right? We'll just call him that.
He's not Ralph. Right. Yeah, there's 2 not Ralphuses, and then there's Ralphus. Yes. And Jericho's in a Jericho 1 Goldberg 0 shirt because I believe at the pay-per-view he pinned a fake Goldberg that was not Gilbert. So there's another fake Goldberg in history.
Little man Goldberg.
Little baby Goldberg.
So Goldberg then makes his entrance and he comes out and they go, what is that? Goldberg is carrying little man Goldberg from the pay-per-view.
It is what Hulk Hogan envisions him in Disciples entrance should be.
And you're right. This is not Gilbert, just so everybody knows.
It's
just
just another
man.
Yeah. So they get in the ring. Jericho shoves both of his security guards that are not Ralphus into Goldberg. Goldberg fucking double spears them to hell. Somehow rips both of their shirts off in the process.
It was crazy looking.
Yeah, it was cool. Mean Gene says, what we've seen with Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire, this is a similar situation with you and Goldberg. Maybe you guys can explain what was up with Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire at the time. No,
the home run record. They were battling for the most home runs, and then it was back and forth.
The disrespect on Mark McGuire's name is felonious assault, brother.
How will they do this to him?
Mark McGuire must be put in the Hall of Fame. You understand me? That man carried the sport of baseball on his back. All right, people.
I mean, I was
Barry
Chicago,
Bonds.
I was
Talk
a
your shit.
Chicago guy. Sammy Sosa for life. I was on that.
Mark McGuire. All right, man.
So
red hair.
Sosa, so it was like Mark McGuire, like a Bret Hart.
So Mark
kind of
McGuire was on the juice, and Sammy Sosa was corking his bat, and they were both cheating the whole time. It was all, they were both cheating the entire time.
So Sammy Sosa was like Shawn Michaels, you might say.
Yeah, I think
and Mark McGuire was like Bret Hart.
I think Mark
McGuire.
The sport of baseball never recovered, by the way, after they decided to make it the most boring thing in the world. Back in the day, everybody was juiced out crazy style. Mark McGuire was hitting home runs every fucking 3 times at bat. There was nothing cooler than that in the world.
I think you could argue every sport gets ruined when they take away drugs.
We have to put the drugs back in the sports.
But give me the drugs.
You have to put the drugs.
The drugs from my generation.
We don't get people like the Disciple anymore because the drugs are not here.
He looked like the goddamn Hulk.
It's that one episode of The Simpsons where they're on the juice. Remember that episode of The Simpsons?
I do remember that. They had fucking
Daryl. You remember that episode?
yes, that
Yeah,
fantastic
That was
episode.
that was
All
baseball
timer
back
episode.
then. That was Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire, man.
And and I think Mean Gene had like a moment where he was like, "Am I sure these are the right people?" He goes, "Sammy Sosa and
Mark.
Mark McGuire."
He
Yes,
plays
and
his
that's
mustache.
very
Yeah.
similar to what you're going through right now.
He said you brought him into the business, and all friendship aside, it's a payday at Halloween Havoc. And DDP says, "Thanks for the analogy. I see where you're going, but we have incredible competitive nature. It's not like I'm getting in the ring with somebody I hate. I like Randy Savage or Hollywood." And the crowd yells, "Scum Hogan!" I said, "Whoa, that was an over line, Hollywood Scum Hogan."
All
Holy
DDP
shit.
said here was catchphrase. He had a bunch
Yeah.
of them.
DDP
DDP
wasn't
says,
over though.
Sosa McGruin, brother Brudai. I can't book him anymore. DDP says,
Why
Sosa
didn't they do
McGuire.
that? Why didn't they bring in Brother Brudai for the WWF run?
What?
Bring him back for his
Now,
Twilight run.
Hypothetically, you're bringing in Brother Brudai here, right? WWF. This Invasion, you're bringing him in?
He's like the big.
Is he a part?
He's Hogan. I'm bringing in Disciple as Hogan.
So wait, he comes back with Hall, Nash, and Hogan? Is
There he
fourth?
is.
No way out.
It's
Oh, no way
Hogan.
Oh, as Hogan?
No, yeah, initially on the very first run
Oh,
in,
he's just Hogan.
everybody comes out. The Disciple comes down. Yeah, brother. He's fucking striking the guitar. He could come out as Hogan and Warrior. We got two for one.
And Brutus Beefcake.
Oh my God, it's Brutus Beefcake.
Holy.
Wow.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So DDP says, Sosa McGuire, I see where you might see some similarities. They took each other to a whole nother level.
It's funny that reference goes over like so many people's heads. Like they have no idea what he's like. You're like, what the fuck is Sosa McGuire?
I had no fucking clue.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I was typing.
That was my
during
childhood,
time.
man. I
don't know
love
what's
that
going
shit. Oh, you're typing. Can't focus.
Oh yeah, understandable.
on. Thank you. I'm just making sure. When DDP leaves through the crowd again and almost kills himself trying to get over the fucking barricade. He
Always.
almost blows his shit out on
For being the
fucking
people's champ, the
guardrail.
people wanted to punch the shit out of him all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah, fuck him up, fucking kill him, kill that son of a bitch.
I'm gonna kill his career when he gets here.
Not my creation.
Scott Hall versus Billy Kidman up next.
Billy Kidman is the cruiserweight champion here. Scott Hall is with Vincent, sorry.
Billy Kidman is a cruiserweight champion right now, and WCW does not care.
They do not care, not at all, not one bit.
Crazy,
And Billy
man.
Kidman is also coming out to. Tony told me he used it first, but I always know this as Vampirus.
It is Vampiro.
It is Vampiro
No
Kidman,
way
but
Billy
yes.
Kidman uses first.
I didn't realize he did.
He did.
I guess he
used
did.
it before Vampiro did, but it's
Vampiro's
still
not even here
it's
yet.
still Vampiro's theme song for sure.
Yeah, Vampiro doesn't.
Right?
That's Vampiro's song.
You
Yeah,
come
that's
if you
his
want to. Yeah.
What?
Oh my!
Yeah, I could do
Here
what,
comes,
dude?
here comes Vampiro. Nah.
Yeah, that's the one I remember too, Tony. I think you're right about that
Come
one.
if
He
you
used all
want
of those.
to.
You can come if you want to. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't tell if Tony's just saying that or if Tony thinks that's the
Those are the
lyrics.
That
lyrics.
is. Tony, I remember
Vampiro
saying
sung the
that.
song.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for
Come
letting these
if you
people know.
want to.
Mark
nail in the
McGuire had
coffin.
ad libs on this
Yeah.
one.
That's what he's doing. He's coming. He's
Say,
coming in the song.
nail the coffin.
This is a great. Wow, this must be the
That's how I
unreleased
remember it,
version.
at
I must
least,
have missed
you
that
know.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
That was on the CD, man.
You got a better memory than I do. They also played it on the CD and they added the crowd noise to it too.
That's when people at home arena effects.
Vampiro in the
course.
house. You can come if you want.
They also, at the end of Hall's entrance, they shut his music off and then just play N.
That's awesome. That's incredible.
What the fuck happened there? That was
They do
weird.
that all the time. They have a guy backstage that presses a button to play the NWO sound effects. Isn't that wild?
Well, Tony, it's survey time. Hey, yo. One quick survey.
This angle sucks.
Yeah, they apologize for the state that Scott Hall is in. What's wrong with New York?
Shut up. The state of Rochester tonight. That's where he's at.
Of course, yeah. This is the state of Rhode Island.
He's out here with a Woody.
So Hall tries to take a sip of the drink that Vincent is holding for him. But Vincent gets out of the ring beforehand. Scott Hall throws. I had to rewind it because they don't really show it. They just show Kidman fucking going. It's the Shawn Michaels style, Tony. He's sucking on that thing. Ooh. But I believe he was pantomiming Scott Hall taking a drink, of course, because he's an alcoholic and we don't like.
So earlier this year, Scott Hall and Giant, a sweet tag team, they were rocking big style, and for some reason, they said, "Yeah, this drinking thing probably worked fine."
He references Giant here too.
They might still be the tag champs. I don't know who's the champ with here.
We don't see them, do we?
No, we just see the tag.
Yeah, great.
They had a really fun tag team. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
They were good. So the whole match is really Hall doing spots and then trying to get a drink from Vincent, but Vincent won't give it to him. Eventually, Hall fucking kills Kidman with a clothesline, then puts him in an abdominal stretch while he's pulling the hair while the referee counts. Hits Kidman with a fucking choke slam and then walks.
The hell? I'm not sure what's going on there. I did like the Scott Hall abdominal stretch, grabbing the hair. He'd go 1, 2, and then let's go, and then does it again. 1, 2, let's go.
Yeah.
1, 2, yeah.
That's heat, brother. Dude, Hall fucking grabs it, dives on Vincent, punches Hall in the gut, and Hall just sprays beer all over the front row.
It was awesome.
Kidman goes for a cross body, hits it for a 2. It doesn't matter though. Scott Hall hits a fall away slam. It's the outsider's edge. Beast style.
He reverses one outsider's edge with the face buster because, of course, you can't powerbomb Kidman, but eventually you can powerbomb.
Yes, you will.
Thank you. Gene supremacy, man. I agree. So Bulldog is on the mic in the ring. He says, "You can dance all you want. You come out here and say you're wrestling the old Bulldog. Well, that's right. I got an 11-year-old son back there, and you can't even lace his boots." Oh, shit. But I'm here to tell you, I've been all over the world. Germany and the fans in Germany love the British Bulldog. Pussy looker means suck it. Is that what he said? Can you tell me what you wrote?
Yeah, I had the same thing.
What'd you write down? You wrote pussy liquor means suck it?
Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
Because he said pussy liquor, that means suck it. I think that's what you wrote down, James.
Pussy liquor.
Pussy liquor, that means suck it.
That's what he says. The mic down.
That's it. That's the end of the promo.
Oh shit, man.
That's the end of the promo.
Yeah, British Bulldog says that shit. That's right. And yeah, so we get in the match here.
We love the British Bulldog. Pussy liquor, that means suck it. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's spitting.
That guy's talking. I mean, this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about.
Fuck. Yeah, so Alex Wright, we get his matchup. It's a crazy ass suplex in the corner. Just fucking no give fuck? On that ring. Just die.
Shit.
Hits this fucking splash out of the corner.
I'm not losing to this pussy.
Yeah, it's gotta be some bullshit. I was like, what the fuck is this fit for Alex Wright?
Just lose, Bulldog.
Really? Alex Wright is like on a run right now. Just lose.
Yeah, they're trying to get him over. Yeah.
So Lil H comes down here. Even he's confused. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
Immediately looks confused while Bulldog is
Why
checking
did he
on
even
the
come
ref.
out here? He's like, he didn't have any like goal or anything. He just came out confused.
No. Yeah, like he didn't know if he was supposed to be out here for any reason, but eventually he's like, oh, maybe I should be a referee. But the time he decides to be a referee makes no fucking sense.
So Alex Wright hits a backdrop driver with the bridge.
With the bridge, it was awesome.
And now Lil Nate comes in. The ref,
Why?
the other ref has gotten up because British Bulldog was getting him up. So the one ref's on the right side.
Yes.
The other ref is on the left side. He does a bridge pin. Both shoulders are down for both guys. Both referees count at the same time. They both get their shoulder up at 3 at the same time on each side. So both referees say that respectfully, the guy on their side was the winner.
Now
that doesn't make any fucking sense.
How is Charles Robinson at all a legal referee here once the other referee is back in business? You're telling me at any point another referee can just come down and just count as with this other referee?
If they both kicked out, the match rolls on.
Well, I think they both kicked out at 3, of course.
What does
They
that
both
even?
protected themselves at 3.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that the other guy won. Alex Wright then jumps the Bulldog as the refs argue, and then Bulldog bumps Alex Wright to the floor, and the bell just rings a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck?
Go to the WW. Get the fuck out of this company. Go to the WWF.
Put the jeans on.
Get out of our company.
God damn it.
Let Alex Wright do his thing.
I couldn't believe. I was so fucking confused. I was so confused.
Unbelievable. I get unforgivable.
Double pin with a referee. Like
You're out of here, dude.
Yeah, unforgivable is right. God damn.
That's crazy. Wow. So Alex Wright always attacks Bulldog after the match.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Fuck you.
Well, mug root beer. The foam goes straight to your brain. Send your Nitro Party tapes in, please. Thank you.
So we talked about this over the weekend. Actually, I feel like it's a fun thing to think about. And maybe someone that's listening can actually maybe give us some more insight. Maybe we have an insider at Turner.
We got an insider at Mug Root Beer.
So there was all the Nitro Party things. For those of you that don't understand what the Nitro Party was, you and your friends could record a video on your camcorder or whatever you got there, and you show why you deserve to get a Nitro Party sent to your house, which really just means Mean Gene and the Nitro girls will show up at your house and eat all your fucking food. So the first question is, why did they do this? Second question is, why did they do this? Third question is, so they didn't, like, in my mind, like, okay, surely you would get something from this. Maybe there was some, like, thing that, like, they noticed that, like, advertising that got them, like, people would tune in just to see Party or something. But, like, how many people were watching this show? Millions, right?
Scott, yeah.
Even maybe not, like, hundreds of thousands of people sending VHS tapes to one CNN center's P.O. box.
Do you think that they threw all those out, or like they kept them? Do you think WWF like owns like boxes?
Still has
the
the
tape
boxes
library?
of-
Maybe, yeah.
Because it did say the videotapes become property of WCW and will not be returned. So there could be a vault of Nitro Party send-ins and that exists somewhere that they could make a compilation of.
Holy shit, that'd be crazy.
It always seemed weird to me. I don't know why.
It
like,
is.
What,
it is.
What
crazy.
did they get out
I
of
think
this?
it was
is what
they
I
were
want to
trying
know.
to reach the college demographic and the young male teen kind of thing, and that's what they were going for. I guess this.
Did you send a video to me?
I never did. No, I never even had a Nitro Party. I never had one at my house.
Fuck.
So they wanted.
You had a boy-girl party. That was for
That was
ECW,
just-
though.
that was
And that's some real
style.
shit.
But
That's some real fucking shit right
They
there.
would always go to like the college campus and do these Nitro parties. So I wonder if it was
Yeah.
just a way to promote to the college kids. I don't know what sending a tape in would really. I don't know.
I love this. I love this aesthetic. I love the idea.
I think it's
that,
awesome. I just don't understand it. Yeah, I was like, why? What are they? Because in my mind, they don't just do things to do things. Like they got fucking Mean Gene on here showing this 909-9900 fucking hotline. He's making mad money. Like surely this is for a reason. There's also Tony. The campus thing makes sense, but we saw one the other night where like it was just a bunch of like 30, 40-year-olds in their backyard, a bunch of women in NWO custom shirts in someone's backyard with a fucking tent. I was like, what the fuck is these guys?
Because they would just show your footage originally, and then they would like go to these people's houses and then throw Nitro parties for them and eat their ass. Yeah, take the dog to hell. I don't know. It's a weird.
Mean Gene was fucking. I know that's what this really was. Mean Gene just was looking.
He
for
wanted
pussy.
that pussy.
Mean by God, Gene.
By God, Gene.
It had to do something analytically. I'm sure it was like either popping the ratings or attendance, or maybe it was like they knew that they were coming to a town, so they had to run a Nitro party at a college and get those kids to go to Nitro. I don't know.
Sure.
Fuck, I have no fucking
Well, if anyone
idea.
has an idea, let us know.
So, Nitro Girls, and then we get to see a Halloween Havoc commercial with the gargoyle.
Want to know what's going on Raw?
No, Brian Adams and Kevin Nash is the main event here. This is a featured bout here. I don't
It's
care.
not the main event.
Featured bout.
Where?
Featured bout. Featured bout.
Listen, I'm turning over to Raw right now. We got the oddities of Golga and Kurgan taking on the Headbangers, and I'm fucking having a good
That's
time.
basically Brian Adams. All right, so
All those guys are better than Brian Adams.
Tune back in, dude, to the #1 wrestling show.
Oh, also, so Kevin Nash makes his entrance.
Most famous gimmick, the blacktop bully.
What was that?
Oh my! The Blacktop Bully.
You're right.
Dustin Rhodes' number one enemy.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Tony. You're right. I apologize. That's on me. That's
Come on,
me.
man. Damn.
He was trained by Carl Gotch, bro.
You got a Val Venus brain.
I was typing.
That's right. I'll forgive you, man.
Of course, Hugh Morris is
no laughing matter.
A dumbass.
right.
These are my notes for this match here. God, please let Luger do the fucking rack. Luger does the rack. I love
Luger,
WCW Luger.
This is crazy.
Can't get
Luger,
enough.
black pants and hair down.
Sexy look Luger. He's
Checked
fucking
out Luger.
torture
Checked
racked.
out Luger.
No way. He's about to enter his hardcore phase, man. He's looking good.
Checked out of this match, Luger. He doesn't give a fuck. He's not tying the hair up for Barry Darso and Hugh Morris.
Barry Darso and Hugh Morris? Come on, man.
Yeah, no way.
What a hell of a team.
Conan, hey, please give some respect here. Conan hits the rolling clothesline on Hugh Morris.
Let's go.
He does.
And then he also puts Hugh Morris in the Tequila Sunrise.
All the hits. He's doing all the hits.
Dude, we watched
all the hits.
We watched 6 months of Conan matches in a row.
Just doing this.
Unbelievable.
Dude,
it's rolling like clothesline, the grabbing his junk, and the
pissing
Tequila
on him
Sunrise.
Sometimes, like peeing on him.
Dude, anytime I heard
pissing on him, abdominal stretch, and Tequila Sunrise.
Anytime I heard the NWO theme.
A crazy team. Luger torture racks Darso and then looks at the camera after he wins. Verse. He does the life part and then
That's
does
awesome.
L4,
baby. That's fucking right, Luger. It's Luger 4, baby. That's
Luger
what it is.
Like, I love his I'm in love with his WCW stuff. He's so good,
Me too.
man. He's awesome.
Dude, the torture rack never, ever in the history of pro wrestling ever stops being over. He could come out tomorrow and do the pose, and the whole crowd would do it with him.
The fucking, oh man, shit's awesome.
The crunch.
I love the people. Awesome. I love the people putting their friends in the torture rack in the crowd. We saw that so much.
We saw a dueling one of that. Someone from one side of the arena did to their friend, and then someone on the other side did it back to them.
It's like they saw them and said, we have to do it too.
Challenge. Yeah.
So after that, we get the Nitro Girls.
Please make sure people know that Barry Darso lost here. I just want
yes, of course. Well, you ain't. If Barry Darso got on the torture rack, we're dying. This company's done. So Nitro Girls are out here for the last and final time, sadly. Shout out Spice.
Shout out Spice and Spice, of course.
Yes, of course. Kim Page.
Well, I'm tuning in to the other channel where I'm going to watch Kanan and the Undertaker take on Ken Shamrock, Mankind, and The Rock.
Yeah, I'm going to be over here watching Hulk Hogan versus Bret Hart and also versus Sting.
You are right.
And also versus Bret Hart.
That's understandable.
Welcome to my party.
So Sting tells Hogan, can you please fucking just piss off?
He's shoving him
out of here.
Yeah, fuck off. And Luger and Conan, of course, out here to check on fellow Wolfpack member Bret Hart as well.
The Wolfpack is helping Bret, which they put over as being a bitch. Yes. They bring the gurney out because his leg is screwed up big style. And Sting says, hold on, Hitman. I got this.
Oh my. I'll bring the beers.
Sting takes the Jeepers Creepers jacket off and goes face to face with Hogan.
Just as a sidebar here for a quick second, if Bret joined the Wolfpack, does he wear red? Or does the Wolfpack just by proxy all start wearing pink? Is he the leader? Or is he a follower?
I
think Sting should have started wearing Bret Hart's gear.
Same gear?
with big face paint.
And goatee.
Sure.
And goatee.
At that point,
Bret goatee.
Bret goatee? Holy shit, Luger goatee?
And Luger goatee.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're cooking with oil, man. This is like, y'all missed the boat here.
So NWO Wolfpack is black and pink with all goatees. It's just a hard foundation.
How do we? Can you put goatees on people in the game?
They don't let you because they say they're going to be offended. The wrestlers are going to be offended if you put.
We're trying to correct history.
I could put a shirt on Lex Luger that says I'm a fucking piece of shit bitch, but I can't give him facial hair. So whatever.
Conan has to have the goatee, the Jim Anvil Neidhart goatee with the pink flannel.
Of course.
Oh my god.
So all goatees, yeah, this is good.
God.
This is good. Yeah, and Sting with the pink face paint and the goatee. I need to see this in art form.
So Sting is firing off on Hogan now.
And Mia Momino
also with a goatee.
She's also with a goatee in the group, of course.
Sting is fired off on Hogan.
Sorry, please continue. This is doctors here for this ambush. They could have just jumped him, but they went the extra mile. They dressed up as doctors and jumped Luger and Conan.
Greatest tag team. These guys were doing classic bits every what Steiner was doing at first, but he's unhooking Bret Hart from the gurney.
He's not attacking him. He's just That's so sick.
Bret is here as Hogan goes for the leg drop and misses.
Yes.
Sting hits the Stinger Splash and locks in the Scorpion Deathlock.
Yes.
Bret gets in the ring.
He cheers him on.
And DDT Sting.
No! Why, Bret? Why?
What about the pink and black attack?
That's over, brother.
No.
It's time to make some money, dude.
So let me just stay with me here for a second because the bell does ring here. So, in theory, if Tony is correct here, this match was Sting and Bret Hart against Hogan. Bret Hart comes back and attacks his partner, and then they win.
Another W for Bret Hart.
Tony, is that right?
I'll give him that one.
Respect,
Okay,
Tony.
no
respect.
Just making sure.
I mean,
Just making
respect.
sure.
Sting also wins too. So
Tony,
Right, the tag team won, of course, yeah.
Tony, are you rocking a goatee right now?
I am not full beard.
That's what I say. You want to rock goatees? Yeah, do we all want to rock
I used
goatees?
to rock
Let's
the
go
goatee
here,
back in the
fellas.
day.
We show up at
Yeah,
the
I was
Carolina
rocking a goatee
Classic.
for a minute. Yeah, I think we
We
should.
show up at the Carolina Classic with goatees.
Yeah, 3 goatees deep.
I'll look like Dante from Clerks. I can't.
That's all right. He's a cool guy. So Bret DDT Sting. It's the bell rung.
It's a no
So anyways,
contest,
Bret-
I think, right? Officially, what is the official ruling on this?
Well,
There
I'll have
is
to check
none.
the record books.
We're in a cage match right now.
Yeah, let me
Bret is now NWO Hollywood for life, dude.
know.
The Woodmaster.
But Bret never Bret never stops wearing the pink.
No, he's not wearing your stupid colors. Fuck you.
I'm not wearing your
He just
stupid
put a
ass colors,
t-shirt on,
please.
right?
Fuck
That's
off.
all he did. He just put a t-shirt on.
He wore sure. And then eventually he makes his own NWO years later and still wears the pink.
Well, Hogan starts bad shit. So sharpshooter on Sting. Oh
Dude,
my!
sharpshooter on Sting, yes. Oh, according to Cage Match, Bret Hart beats Hogan by DQ in 9 minutes 54 seconds, and then Hollywood, Hogan, and Sting went to a no contest.
W. Easy.
Wow, that's awesome.
Very, very interesting.
That is an interesting.
The sharpshooter on Sting, by the way.
Bret a chair. Throws Bret a chair. Sting is getting his shit smashed in, his knee smashed in with a chair. And then Bret goes to put Sting in the figure 4 on the ring post and then just doesn't do it?
Because the ring post has the extra beef on it. He said, there's no way I can't fucking do this shit.
But didn't we see him do it? Or is it because these are new ones compared to when he did
I think
because Flair
probably
does it to Neidhart.
Yeah, I think in his mind probably was like, I don't want to blow this. Like, what if like it doesn't work? You know, like then like this hot angle that's all people remember.
He falls on his head.
Common Bret W. He said, no way, I'm not doing that shit.
So he doesn't do it, and Hogan on the outside says, Stinger quit. Tell him you said I quit. And then Hogan says, I quit.
Yeah,
And
they had
said-
Sting say he quits.
Wow.
Hogan said, I quit. And he quit, brother.
They always quit when the Woodmaster comes. Conan's out here. He's rowdy, bowdy, whatever he says. Bret stomps the fucking ref out. Luger then is here and gets Sting out of the ring.
Hogan and Bret are staring at the ramp, and the commentators say that all the lights in the arena went out except for the ring lights, and then the show just ends.
Yeah, they said the lights went out except for the ring lights.
Warrior.
No, I think it was Hina. Hina says, I'll go get the car.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking
here,
I'm gonna drop an anvil on Hogan now. Actually, is what I'm gonna do.
Drop the piano. Somebody get the piano out here and let him have it.
I was hoping a smoke bomb got thrown down and Warrior showed up, but sadly it did not happen.
Big moment. Bret joins NWO Hollywood.
Yeah. So, I'll be honest with you. I don't remember much of this. I remember more of Bret making his own NWO with Jeff Jarrett later.
No, you were correct.
Jeff Hardy joining the NWO is crazy. Jeff
Brian
Jarrett
Adams,
later on.
Jeff Hardy.
No way Brian Adams lasts that long. No fucking way.
What are you talking about? Brian Adams
is long gone,
no
right?
way. He's rocking big style.
Because he's in the fucking Chronic. God
yes, dude.
It.
And he gets in shape. Brian Adams is crazy.
And he sucks.
What do you mean? Chronic. High times. 420. He was supposed to be the Kiss Demon, man.
Bret Hart?
Brian Adams.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah. He was the Kiss Demon for the debut of the Kiss Demon.
That's right. Yeah. Look how that happened. That was great.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you. You know, Bret, I understand why Bret doesn't look back on his WCW stuff very fondly. I totally get it. But also, I thought there was some really fun stuff in there, and I think his last WCW time was awesome. I think that he had some very memorable stuff. He had some good matches. I'm sure looking back on it, he probably doesn't think so, but
no, he probably thinks it's bullshit. Everyone was a mark. Fuck you guys.
He hated it,
but that was cool, and like he looked Bret with a U.S. title for some reason is like. I remember that the most. For whatever reason, Bret with the WCW
cool look. That's like
US
Bret's
title.
belt. Yeah.
Very cool shit. And honestly, this episode was rocking. 3 hours.
This wasn't a bad show. Yeah, I felt like the last bit there was like points where I was like, oh fuck, man.
I definitely feel like it's not as hot as earlier in '98.
Yeah.
Everything was rocking back then. I think it might be like WWF getting hotter at the time.
Yeah. Austin is driving Zambonis, dude. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? To your point about Bret, I mean, we're if you watch early '98, Bret is like he's feuding with Flair. He's just like he's just kind of coming in here, and he feels like a big fucking deal. He's feuding with fucking Flair. He gets the belt. Like, he's doing some cool shit. His promos are awesome. I guess maybe the compared to what he could have done, it's not as much, especially, they turned him a few times and shit, but I
guess if you compare it to WWF, he was like the guy in WWF.
He
led like a whole new era.
He was one of many in WCW, yeah, sure. But he still felt like a big deal.
I mean, if you were in the NWO stuff, you were set pretty well in WCW. I mean, Vincent had a job for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I don't even know. Well, he would latch his ass on anything. You know what I mean? He had making sure his ass got in there. I respect that. That's the grind right there, brother.
That's true.
But very, very fun. I mean, 3 hour Nitro, and I still even in September, from January to September, I still feel like this is not a bad 3 hour show. And not only did they have to write out this 3 hour show, they had to do Thunder and Worldwide, and they had a lot of content rocking back then.
A ton of shit going on. Yeah, I think they were just getting to the point where it's the turnover from, oh fuck. Like,
they're definitely gassing out. Yeah. I mean, right around now is probably where they probably should have ended Thunder and kind of focused back in on Nitro.
I mean, that must have been making money though, right? Like, why else would you keep it?
Yeah, I think so, because I mean, Ted Turner's the one that's, he's like, fuck it.
Sure, yeah.
Let your balls hang. Come on, boys.
Take the dog to hell.
Crazy shit. But cool shit. WCW style, baby. 98, very good year for WCW. Arguably the best year they ever had.
We should definitely visit more of this, for sure.
I think so too.
I think that there's probably a bunch of like 3 hour, because this, again, let people know, this was a 3 hour episode.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of those that are probably at some old-timer stuff. So maybe, here and there we can sprinkle in watching some of these longer ones. But yeah, that was it for WCW Nitro, September 28th, 1998. And that is it for this week's Deadlock podcast. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Make sure to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/DeadlockPW, and make sure to check out Deadlock Pro Wrestling, dpwtix.com. We're coming back October 15th with the Carolina Classic, and you can also check out all of the goods on dpwondemand.com. All the good stuff's on there. And now Tony's gonna fucking wreck his thing. Yeah!
Oh my!